What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Jump. Tia Mowry was on Sister Sister with Tamara Mowry. And that's interesting because I believe both of them are black and German, and they're twins, right? I don't know if it was Tia or Tamara. One of them was on the reel, and then they got kicked off, or they stopped going, or whatever. It was last year. Guys, sue me. I don't know which one it is. But Tia is the one that's married to the black man. Tamara is the one married to the white guy. The black dude is Corey Hardrick. I believe he's the actor. According to sources, he's a pretty decent actor. I don't really watch movies and films like that. I'm too busy roasting y'all here on Black YouTube. But there's a difference, though, I think, in the way that Tia Mowry is presenting herself on Instagram and Tamara. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. I never really see Tamara Mowry posting thirst traps. For all intents and purposes, she is, has a white husband. She plays that wife role as a conservative lady, and that's what she does. Tia Mowry, who is married to the black guy, was like that before. Just like Ayesha Curry was like that before. But then when the god of thoughtology comes and bites you, all of a sudden, let's be over 40 and start taking thirst traps. Now, some of you may say that, certain these pictures out here that she's taking, like in the bed, these are harmless. And, she wants to feel sexy and stuff like that. But let me just say this. A lot of guys don't know this, especially about women. Women's personalities can change as they get older. I don't know why that is. Give me the hormones. Like most guys, if you meet them at 30, 60% of who they are, or 70% of who they are, is who they are when they become 40. Whereas there's some guys who say, I was married to her when she was 25 or 30, and by the time she was 40, she was a completely different person. Okay? And this is what happens when women get around other friends. There's a side of them that wants to explore other things they felt they haven't gotten in life. And this is kind of how relationships kind of grow apart, because one of the people in the relationship changes. And I think that when you start to notice that change is when somebody is doing something that they typically did not do before, like Ayesha Curry and those thirst traps. It was something that she didn't do before. Okay? Tia Mowry and those thirst traps. It was something that she didn't do before. And if I am your husband, the first thing I'm going to ask you is, what in the hell are you doing posting those thirst traps on the internet? And I know what the response is going to be from a lot of ladies. It's tasteless, it's harmless, it's this and it's that. That's how it starts. It's tasteless, it's harmless. Why you insecure? But let's say if you're a black man, all of a sudden you start posting, topless shirts, you married. They're gonna feel some kind of way about that. Most women will. You haven't been doing this before. Why are you doing it now? Well, if you're doing it now, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to get attention? From who? Blogs? From guys? From where? You're doing it to get attention from somebody outside of me. And if you're doing it to get attention from the blogs, and let's say from other people out there in the industry, well, then chances are you're not that good of an actress anyway, if you got to do that. But the problem is that this is what I consider the beginning of the end. And this is a test. All right? I will look at this as, here's Corey's time to prove he's a real man. I know this seems very subtle. It doesn't seem like it's that important. But you're posting pictures on Instagram. What's next? Okay? You're a married woman. Why are you trying to seduce people on Instagram when you're married to me? You should be worried about seducing me, but you obviously want attention from somebody else. Are you going through a female midlife crisis? And I think this is what you see with K. Michelle, Mary J. Blige, Keisha Cole getting the new, all these ladies who are a little bit older, they're what these older ladies are doing what young ladies are doing. They're doing what the 20-year-olds doing. They're trying to remain relevant when that's not them. But the reality is that a guy, once you let that start happening, what's next? Oh, he'll let me post these pictures. Ain't nothing he gonna do about it. Well, let me just do that next time again. And then it starts to be looking at as like signs of weakness. And if I'm him, if I have any woman, like the same thing with Megan Good, you're not gonna be on the internet as my wife posting photos like that, and you're married to me. If you want to continue to do that, you're gonna do it by yourself or with somebody else who wants to deal with a woman quite like you. End of story. Okay? End of story. And I'm only going to tell you this one time, because you are not going to disrespect me. And why a lot of guys need to do that is set those boundaries, because once you let things go on and go on and go on, you're not trying to be pushy. You're not trying to be like that. You end up hating it, because once you get too laxed, then nobody respects your rules as a man. And women have to respect black men's boundaries. That's one of our issues. We don't set boundaries. We have internal boundaries. They don't know what the boundaries are. We don't explain them. That's one thing we got to do in our communication with women. Okay? Especially with black women, because one of the best things in communicating, because I think now, at age 40, I want to have healthy relationships and dialogues with people, with men and women alike, business, personal relationship. Let me let you know my boundaries right now, so that you know not to overstep them. If you overstep them, here's what's going to happen. This is not a threat or anything like that, but I'm letting you know my boundaries ahead of time so that you don't overstep them. But a lot of black men act like, oh no, I'm not tripping off that. That ain't nothing. But deep inside, she's overstepping a boundary of yours. And then it all blows up one day, and the argument, you're like, sad music. Oh, you was on there taking them pictures for them dudes on the internet. You ain't nothing, no way, with your fugazi ass. And then all of a sudden it's like, okay, so you've been mad about this for a long time because you've been keeping it in. Because it's gonna get worse. Once you don't have no boundaries set, they start doing whatever. Next thing you know, they're staying out with their friends 2 and 3 nights in a row. They're going on all girls vacations and all that stuff. And then next thing you know, you become frustrated. And it's sickening. I've been in situations like that where I'm like literally becoming frustrated. Like I had a girlfriend when the 49ers was doing pretty good in 2012, 2011. They're doing better at least. She used to go to the 49ers game with her friend who was dating one of the linebackers there. I forgot what his name was. But I used to have a problem with that. But I used to be like, oh, I'm not tripping. Just go ahead and do what you're going to do. But I used to really hate that all the time. She would go to the 49ers home game. She'd be out there with her friend for like 2-3 days straight. I know she was out there thotting it up. I couldn't prove it, but I'm pretty sure. And it wasn't until after that. But see, what happened, what I found out was when she was going to the 49ers game, she was hooking up with another dude that she ended up marrying. But I was acting like it wasn't a problem. Well, it was a problem, right? I should set my boundaries. Say, listen, if you want to go ahead on the 49ers game, you ain't got no boyfriend here no more with me. All right? You are not a woman that is single. You're not going to no goddamn games by yourself. If you want to do that, you're not with me no more. Do it as a single woman. But I didn't do that. I ended up being mad and all that other stuff. And that's what he's going to end up being. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. Check out the first link in the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains an all-time high. I'm out.